And I know that one thing leaders are always concerned about is how they filter down that new wording to their practitioners particularly. And I've heard, certainly from a few people who've been inspected since, that one of the great things about the new framework is that inspectors are trying it's not a case of trying to browbeat practitioners with this new vocabulary. So maybe you want to talk a little bit about vocabulary and how you approach it to the kind of different levels that are set
in terms of some of the terminology that we use in our inspection frameworks. So very much around, if you think about intent, implementation and impact, for example, intent is about how do you decide what it is that your children need to learn. Tell me about that. So we're not necessarily looking at, those cultural capital is a new phrase that we're using, is in the handbook, and we've got a definition about what we mean by cultural capital. And it's about knowing your children, what they bring with them, the experiences they bring with them to that setting, celebrating those experiences and identifying what gaps potentially they may have, because ultimately what early years providers do in their settings will make all the difference.
And would it be fair to say that you're actively trying to make sure that your inspectors are not necessarily just it's not a test, is it, in that sense?
No, not a test at all, no.
So it's an opportunity to it's not always a chance of, using that language, but actually asking the right questions to get behind that, I suppose.
Absolutely. So why do you do what you do? Yeah.
Simple example of intent in work, right?